Right now, as you're watching this video, there are mosquitoes breeding within 50 feet of your home, and tonight, they're coming for you. Most people spend $200, $300, sometimes $500 a year on sprays, candles, zappers, and foggers. And every single summer, the mosquitoes come back. Stronger, more of them. Like they laughed at everything you threw at them. Here's what nobody is telling you. Those products aren't designed to kill mosquitoes. They're designed to keep you buying. But deep in Amish country, communities that haven't touched a chemical pesticide in over 200 years, they figured out something that actually works. Something so simple, so cheap, and so devastatingly effective that it wipes out mosquitoes at every stage of their life cycle. And the best part? It won't hurt your honeybees. It won't hurt your pets. It won't hurt your kids. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never buy another mosquito product again. Let me ask you something. How many summers have you lost? Think about it. You plan a backyard barbecue, you set up the chairs, light the grill, maybe hang some lights, and the moment the sun goes down, the mosquitoes arrive. And suddenly everyone's slapping their arms, scratching their legs, running inside. Or you step out in the morning just to water your plants, and you come back inside with 6 bites on your ankles. Or worse, your kids play outside for 20 minutes and come back looking like they lost a fight with a beehive. This is not a small problem. The Centers for Disease Control estimates that mosquito-borne diseases affect millions of Americans every single year. West Nile virus, Eastern equine encephalitis, and if you travel or live in certain regions, dengue, Zika, malaria. These are real. These are serious. And yet, the pest control industry wants you to believe the only solution is a $300 yard spray treatment every 6 weeks. They'll send a guy in a hazmat suit, spray chemicals all over your lawn, and tell you to keep your kids and pets inside for 24 hours. You know what that tells me? If the product is so safe, why can't your dog walk on the grass? Here's the truth about chemical mosquito sprays that they will never put on the label. Most of them use synthetic pyrethroids, chemicals engineered in a laboratory. And yes, they kill mosquitoes. But they also kill fireflies. They kill ground beetles that eat mosquito larvae. They kill the natural predators that would have controlled your mosquito population for free. So you spray once, and yes, the mosquitoes die. But so does everything that was keeping them in check. And 2 weeks later, you have more mosquitoes than you started with. And now you need to spray again. It's a cycle, a very expensive, very profitable cycle. The Amish saw through this 100 years ago. They said, we don't need to poison our land to solve this problem. We need to think smarter. And what they came up with, I'm about to show you everything. But first, let me tell you where this knowledge actually comes from. The Amish don't use chemical pesticides, full stop. Their farms, their gardens, their homesteads, all managed without synthetic chemicals. And here's what's fascinating. Their mosquito problems are not worse than ours. In many cases, they're significantly better. Why? Because they work with nature instead of against it. Now, this isn't just Amish folk wisdom, though that alone carries enormous weight because these communities have been refining their methods across generations. This is also backed by modern entomology, the scientific study of insects. Here's what we know about mosquitoes that the pest control industry doesn't want you thinking about. Mosquitoes don't just randomly appear. They breed in specific conditions: standing water, stagnant organic matter, certain plants that hold moisture. And they have natural enemies: dragonflies, bats, certain fish, specific bacteria that love to eat them. The Amish method attacks mosquitoes at 3 points in their life cycle simultaneously. They eliminate breeding grounds using techniques that cost nothing. They deploy natural biological agents that destroy larvae before they ever become adults. And they use plant-based repellents that confuse and repel adult mosquitoes without harming a single bee, butterfly, or beneficial insect. Now here's the part that blew my mind when I first learned this. One of the core tools in the Amish mosquito system is something called Bacillus thuringiensis israelensis. Scientists call it BTI. The Amish call it the black powder, and it has been used in natural farming communities for over 40 years. BTI is a naturally occurring soil bacteria. It produces proteins that are toxic specifically, and I want to emphasize this, specifically to mosquito larvae and blackfly larvae. That's it, nothing else. Not bees, not butterflies, not earthworms, not your dog, not fish in your pond. Just mosquito larvae. The World Health Organization has approved it, the EPA has approved it, and the Amish have been using it since before most of us knew what a hashtag was. You can get it at any garden center or online for about $12 for a container that lasts an entire season. But BTI is just one piece. Let me show you the complete system, because this only works when you do all of it together. Here's what you're going to need. And I want you to write this down or pause the video right now, because the total cost of everything I'm about to show you is under $20. Most of it you might already have at home. You'll need BTI mosquito dunks or granules, about $10 to $12 at any garden center. You'll need apple cider vinegar, about $3 a bottle. Dish soap, you already have this. A few empty 2-liter bottles. Some fresh or dried herbs, specifically lavender, lemongrass, and rosemary, and a handful of pennies. Yes, actual copper pennies. Now, before I tell you exactly how to use each of these, I want you to understand why this works. Because if you understand the why, you'll be able to troubleshoot, adapt, and make this system even more powerful for your specific situation. Mosquitoes navigate using 3 things: carbon dioxide, body heat, and scent. They find you by following the CO2 trail from your breath and skin. Once they get close, they lock onto your body heat. And certain scents, both attractive and repellent, either draw them in or drive them away. The system I'm about to show you weaponizes all of this against them, so let's get into it. Before you deploy anything, you need to walk your property with fresh eyes. You're looking for standing water, and I mean any standing water. A clogged gutter holds enough water to breed 10,000 mosquitoes. A plastic bag on the ground that collected rainwater. The saucer under a flower pot. A kid's toy left outside. A tire. An empty bird bath. Mosquitoes only need about a bottle cap worth of water and 7 to 10 days to complete their breeding cycle. From egg to flying adult, 10 days. In 10 days, one small puddle becomes hundreds of mosquitoes. Walk your entire property. Check every corner, every container, every low spot where water might pool after rain. Do this audit after the next rainfall while the water is still visible. That's when you'll catch every single problem spot. Dump everything you find. Clean your gutters. Fill in low spots with dirt or gravel. And for the containers you can't remove, like a decorative pond or a rain barrel, that's exactly where BTI comes in. For any standing water you cannot eliminate, a pond, a rain barrel, a decorative fountain, a drainage ditch, you're going to treat it with BTI. It comes in 2 forms: dunks, which look like small donuts, and granules, which look like dark sand. The dunks are for larger bodies of water. One dunk treats 100 square feet of water surface for 30 days. You just toss it in. Done. The granules are for smaller areas. That bird bath, that low corner of your yard, that drainage area near your driveway. Here's why this is extraordinary. BTI produces crystal proteins that only activate in the alkaline gut of mosquito larvae. When a larva eats BTI, the crystals dissolve and punch holes in the gut lining. The larva dies within hours. Bees don't have the same gut chemistry. Fish don't. Birds don't. Your pets don't. So nothing else is harmed. Most people use BTI dunks and stop there, thinking the job is done. But adult mosquitoes from neighboring properties can still fly in. You need the full system. Keep going. Now here's one that surprises everyone. Take a handful of pre-1982 copper pennies, the ones that are actually mostly copper, not the modern zinc ones, and drop them into your bird bath or any small decorative water feature. Copper is naturally toxic to algae and certain microorganisms that mosquitoes feed on as larvae. It also alters the water chemistry in a way that makes it inhospitable for egg laying. This doesn't replace BTI for serious infestations, but for bird baths and small features, it's a zero-cost, completely safe solution that the Amish have used for generations. And scrub your bird bath and change the water every 5 to 7 days regardless. Movement and freshness alone disrupts mosquito breeding. Now let's talk about trapping the adults that are already flying around your yard. Take an empty 2-liter plastic bottle. Cut it in half. In the bottom half, mix 1 cup of warm water, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and just 1 drop of dish soap. The sugar and vinegar combination mimics the fermentation scent of rotting organic matter, which is exactly what mosquitoes are attracted to for breeding. The dish soap breaks the surface tension so mosquitoes that land in it cannot escape. Flip the top half of the bottle upside down and place it inside the bottom half, creating a funnel. Tape the seam to seal it. Place these traps around the perimeter of your yard, especially in shaded, humid spots where mosquitoes rest during the day. Change the solution every 3 to 4 days for best results. And here's a bonus. This same trap works for fruit flies and gnats. If you're getting them in your kitchen, a smaller version of this trap on the counter will clear them out overnight. Now we go on offense with the scent barrier. Mosquitoes have extremely sensitive olfactory receptors. Certain plant compounds jam those receptors, essentially making the mosquito unable to locate you. This is why you never see mosquitoes swarming around lavender fields. Plant or place these herbs strategically around your outdoor living areas. Lavender. Plant it along walkways, near doors, and around seating areas. The linalool compound in lavender is a documented mosquito repellent, and it smells incredible to us. Lemongrass. This contains citronella, which you already know works, but the whole plant is 10 times more effective than a citronella candle, which dilutes the compound to nearly useless levels. Rosemary. Particularly effective when burned. A bundle of fresh rosemary thrown on a grill or a fire pit creates a smoke that mosquitoes will not fly through. And basil. Plant it near your outdoor dining areas. Crush a few leaves between your fingers and rub them on your skin, and it works as a direct repellent. Now here's how to supercharge all of this. Make a concentrated herb spray by boiling 2 cups of water with a full bundle of each of these herbs for 15 minutes. Let it cool. Strain it. Pour it into a spray bottle. Spray it around your patio furniture, door frames, and window screens. Reapply after rain. This spray costs about $1 to make and does exactly what a $25 botanical repellent spray does, because it is a botanical repellent spray, just without the middleman's markup. Here's one more that the Amish discovered through pure, practical observation. Used coffee grounds placed in small dishes of standing water that you cannot fully eliminate prevent mosquito larvae from getting oxygen. Mosquito larvae breathe through a siphon tube at the surface of the water. Coffee grounds create a film on the surface that blocks that tube. The larvae suffocate. It also makes the water acidic in a way that disrupts egg hatching. Sprinkle used coffee grounds on the water surface every 5 to 7 days. Free. Completely safe, and it works. Now the final piece, and this is the piece that turns a temporary fix into a permanent solution. The Amish don't just eliminate the problem, they rebuild the ecosystem. A single bat can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes in 1 hour. 1 hour. And a bat house costs about $15 to buy or $5 to build with scrap wood. Mounted on a post or tree, 12 to 15 feet off the ground, in a spot that gets 6 to 8 hours of morning sun. Bats take a season or 2 to discover and adopt a new house, but once they do, you have a free, round-the-clock mosquito elimination service that runs every single night. Dragonflies eat hundreds of mosquitoes per day, both as adults in the air and as nymphs in the water where they eat mosquito larvae. To attract dragonflies, add aquatic plants like water lilies or cattails to any pond you have. Dragonflies need vegetation to lay their eggs. Purple martins, certain species of swallows, and tree swallows all eat mosquitoes in large quantities. A martin house in your yard is one of the best long-term investments you can make. And here's the mistake that kills all of this. People use chemical sprays that wipe out all insects, including the natural predators that would have solved the problem for free. Once you stop spraying chemicals, it takes 1 full season for the beneficial insect and bird populations to recover. Be patient. The second year, you will notice a dramatic difference. The ecosystem starts working for you instead of against you. Now let me tell you about a homeowner in rural Pennsylvania, right in the heart of Amish country, who had a property backing up to a marshy creek. Every summer was miserable. She called pest control companies. She spent hundreds of dollars. Every year the mosquitoes came back. A neighbor who ran a traditional farm showed her this exact system. Within one season, one summer, she went from not being able to sit outside after 6 in the evening to hosting dinner parties in her backyard. She hasn't paid for a pest control service in 4 years. Think about what happens if you don't do this. The average American family spends $127 per year just on mosquito repellent products. That's before any professional treatments. Over 10 years, that's over $1,000 on products that don't solve the underlying problem. Meanwhile, this system costs under $20 to set up, and after that, the BTI refills cost about $12 per season. The herbs grow themselves. The traps use materials you already have. The bats work for free. The math is not complicated. And think about what you get back. Your yard, your evenings, your kids playing outside without getting eaten alive. Your summer, which you are entitled to enjoy. Let me leave you with the 3 things I want you to remember from this video. The pest control industry is selling you a subscription, not a solution. Every product they sell you is designed to need replacing. The Amish method breaks that cycle permanently. Mosquitoes are a system problem that requires a system solution. Hit them at all 3 life cycle stages, larvae, breeding habitat, and adult, and you will see results that chemical sprays could never match. And nature already built the solution. Bats, dragonflies, BTI bacteria, copper, herbs, all of it exists, all of it works, and none of it poisons your soil, your water, or your children. The corporations spent decades convincing you that you need their products to solve basic homesteading problems, problems that humans solved for thousands of years without them. You don't need them. You never did. Now, if this video gave you even one piece of information you didn't have before, please hit that like button. Not for me, but because it tells YouTube to show this to someone else who's sitting inside right now, scratching mosquito bites, wondering why nothing is working. And if you want more of this, forgotten knowledge, Amish solutions, things that actually work without the price tag, subscribe. Because this is just the beginning. Next video, I'm going to show you the $4 powder that the Amish use to kill every ant, roach, and flea in an entire house. No chemicals, no poison, safe for dogs, cats, and kids. And pest control companies have been praying you never find out about it. That video goes up soon. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. I'll see you there.